The topic, women and leadership. Very interesting topic, but difficult topic for me. And risky topic also. But the topic is important. And when we want to establish relationship between a woman and leadership. So the first question is, what is leadership? In my opinion, leadership is lots of common sense. First is lots of common sense, ability to take quick decisions, and impeccable integrity. If we have these three qualities, we can become a leader. Other attributes will follow. But if we do not have the common sense, nothing can come out. Lots of common sense, you know. You cannot imagine the situations, complexities and criticalities in day-to-day life. But your decision should be quick. Don't worry about failures. Nothing will happen. But you know, if we fail, nothing will happen. We will stand up again and lead from the front. It is very, very important, no doubt, and that's why a philosopher, Charles Morris, has rightly said about leadership and the importance of leadership. He said, I am more afraid of an army of 100 sheep led by a lion than an army of 100 lions led by a sheep. He has rightly said. Nowadays, everyone is thinking about, talking about, number of articles are written that in our country now, we are suffering from leadership crisis in all walks of life. But you know, today the topic is what I have to relate with the women. So I refrain myself to the issues of the women only. Otherwise, this is very interesting topic, leadership, if we have to talk in general leadership issues. You know, not recently, but okay, in 2010, a survey was published by McKinsey Global Survey. The topic was moving women to the top. As we all know, McKinsey is a very reputed worldwide organization. And they have habit of doing surveys on different topics. And this topic was moving women to the top. And the 72% respondents believes that there is a direct connection. There is a direct connection between a company's gender diversity and its financial success. It means what? Gender diversity is directly proportional to the success of the organization. They selected 89 European companies for the survey. Parameter was all were having more than 150 million pounds capitalization, market capitalization. So large companies. 89 large companies were selected for the purpose. In order to understand this issue, 72% respondents believe that this gender diversity is directly proportional to the success of the organization. And out of this 72, 85% were women and 58% were men who believed in this way. Similarly, in United States of America, with reference to MBA program, because here entrepreneurship is an issue, 33% MBA degrees are awarded to women. 33%. It's a large number. From the best universities of United States of America, 33% degrees, MBA degrees are awarded to women. It constitutes, but when it comes to the, translation in terms of success, top positions. Only 2% of Fortune 500 US companies are having women CEOs, only 2%. 8% of top leadership positions are with women, although participation is 33%. It means there is a gap, large gap. Dr. Goradia and Professor Shabgufa both have, and Madam also, Uma Joshi, they reference this, there is a gap between this gender diversity and the success, although we all believe. Another interesting observation is, more than 90% people believe that in any organization, women bring compassion, team play, and patience. These attributes are very important: compassion, patience, and team building to any organization. But then also difficulty is, this gap is large. How can we reduce this? एक ना छोटी सी एक कहानी है, मैं बताता हूँ, related to the behavior of the women. एक बार नदी ने इठलाते हुए कुएं से कहा, कि तेरी औकात ही क्या है? कुएं ने बड़ी विनम्रता से कहा, विमेन मानना कुएं को, नहीं तो गलत समझ जाओगे। नदी ने इठलाते हुए कुएं से कहा कि तेरी औकात ही क्या है? कुएं ने विनम्रता से कहा कि बहन जी, भाई कह लो चलो, बिखराव और ठहराव में कुछ फर्क तो होता है। बिखराव और ठहराव में कुछ फर्क तो होता है। तुम ऊपर से नीचे जाते हो, मीठे से खारे हो जाते हो। मैं नीचे से ऊपर को आती हूं, मीठी की मीठी रह जाती हूं। मैं नीचे से ऊपर को आती हूं, मीठी की मीठी रह जाती हूं। This is the difference in behavior and thought process. But this is not the fight between men and women. We should not take like this. How can we differentiate? And it is very dangerous also. If you conduct a survey of fathers, daughters are dearest to fathers. Daughters are dearest to fathers. Daughters are taking care of their parents. Sisters are taking care of their brothers. This is the reality in our country. Sons, more than 80%, they are not taking care of their parents. Only they need emotional support, that also they are not ready to provide. Only emotional support. But women are doing. So, that's why, this is not a fight between men and women. It's a fight of mindsets only. Now, another very interesting survey. Corporate survey among senior women officers. I have quoted somewhere else also that survey, very interesting survey. Question was, only they selected women senior officers of corporate world. Do you need a women boss? Do you need a women boss? More than 70% women said, no, we don't want women boss. We don't want a women boss. What are the reasons? Next question was, if no, then what are the reasons? कि they are not liberal. लिहाज बिल्कुल नहीं करती. They don't want to understand our problems. I don't know how far the survey is correct. अपने मन में आप सोचें सब. Same survey was conducted with the selected group of senior male officers. Same survey said, do you need a women boss? Answer, oh, we are happy to have a women boss. No problem. We don't have any problem. We are happy to have a women boss. What are the reasons? Then further specify the reasons. Reasons they are considerate, they are caring, and they are very helpful. Imagine the person is same, but from which side? तो कहते ना भला बुरा ना कोई रूप से कहलाता है कि दृष्टि भेदी गुण दोष दिखलाता है, कोई कमल की कली देखता है कीचड़ में, किसी को चांद में भी दाग नजर आता है. So the issue is, leadership is very important, very important, extremely important. But this fight cannot be between man and women, cannot be, should not be. So we have to create an environment. New thing which is happening now, lots of women are coming at workplace. New challenges are emerging which HR people and others, they would not have thought of such challenges. We have to handle those challenges also, because that type of experience and that type of the way of handling methodologies we do not have. Lots of women, and we have difficulties also. We have to understand that. Another, sometimes what we feel, we in India are very conservative, we don't want to encourage, motivate our girls, our women. We don't want, because we are a conservative nation. Oh no, it is not true. Everywhere people are very conservative. Everywhere people were conservative. But now they have crossed that barrier. Western world, they have crossed that barrier. We have to. We are in the process of crossing that barrier. That's the only difference. Two best universities of the world. One is Harvard, another is Yale. Harvard started in 1665. Yale started in 1705. But they opened their doors for women. You may be surprised, in 1962 Harvard, 1963 Yale. Imagine 1963. And in MS University, we had a first Vice-Chancellor, was a woman, Hansa Mehta, somewhere in 1949. So, actually these are, a state of mind. And then another important, sometimes I feel, can we produce leaders? Or leaders are born with some inherent qualities, capabilities? I really do not know. Reason is, like MBA degrees, we are producing good number of master's degree in business management. Some are doing very well, some are not doing that well. Imagine like input and then MBA contribution to the degree and then the final output. Professor Maheshwari is here, I am afraid he would naraj ho sakte hain. Chale gaye shayad. We have to think about it. Can we inculcate these qualities through classroom teaching? You may teach some theories, you may teach some methodologies, but life is different. So experimental and experience-based teaching, I don't know how to do it. That's why when it comes to the leader, whether it's a man or the woman, we have to be different. And they have already explained the good number of abilities of the leaders. But मैं तो एक हिंदी की कविता बहुत अच्छी लगती है मुझे, वो दोबारा बताता हूँ लीडरशिप के लिए, कि कुछ पदचिन्हों पर चलते कुछ पदचिन्ह नए बनाते हैं, पर जो पदचिन्ह नए बनाते हैं वो लीडर कहलाते हैं. If you keep on following the others' methodologies, keep on doing following the paths of good leaders, it's okay. You will be follower only. But अपने पदचिन्ह तो बनाने पड़ेंगे. And in India now, if we like with reference to university system, imagine universities in 1980 or 1985. We used to have hardly any girls in engineering and mathematics. Now in most of the universities, you have to struggle to find a girl in mathematics class. I don't know the MSU situation here, but in most of the universities, only 4 or 5 boys and all girls in mathematics. Otherwise, people were used to think that girls are not good for mathematical abilities and logical thinking. They have proved it wrong, because it has nothing to do with that. Only with our, perceived conventions, notions, और अपने को बताया ऐसा गया था, so we were believing like that. Now in engineering also at least 30-40% are girl students doing very well. But in 70s and 70-80s situation was different. One of very senior officer, officer of Government of India, passed out from MSU. He has done engineering degree from MSU, and he met me. उसने कहा, how is MSU now? Yeah, MSU is doing very well. कहते यार हमारे टाइम में तो हमारा टाइम होम साइंस में बीतता था, अब भी ऐसा है क्या? We were not having any girls in engineering in those days. A very senior officer, नाम नहीं ले पाऊंगा. So the point is, no difference. Now people are worried about the security of women, and now it has become a buzzword. And our chief minister has rightly said, we don't need acts, we need action. We have good number of acts, not an issue. The point is, if we cannot provide safety to our daughters, our sisters, and other women, it means what? It's a failure, and it's the issue of national shame. How can we tolerate this nonsense and nuisance? We should not. But we are doing it. We cannot, tolerate this for a very long period of time. Time is changing at a faster pace, and this will only happen. We have to pass one legislation. Rather than having act of this, nothing will happen. Reserve 50% seats in all paramilitary forces, including police, to women. Second, traffic police, 80% women should be there. आप में से लोग बहुत सारे अमेरिका गए होंगे. न्यूयॉर्क एयरपोर्ट उतरो तो देखो, women पुलिस होती है, वो इतने मोटी. आप देख कर ही डर जाओ उनको. जो लोग बोलते हैं ना, women physically not powerful, ये भी बहुत अच्छी बात नहीं है. It is not true also. जब AK-56 हाथ में होगी तो सब powerful होंगे. Right now, what is happening? Number is very small. That's why what had happened with our 2 sub-inspectors in Mumbai. This is also issue of national shame. How can we tolerate this? So 2 most important things which as a nation we should do it immediately. Reserve at least 70% seats for women in traffic management. So on roads, women should be there. Patrolling, women should be there. With AK-56, nothing will happen. Don't worry. In थानास 50% women should be there. By legislation do it. अभी डर लगता है थाने में जाते हुए, हमें भी लगता है. Women की तो बात छोड़ो. This is the situation in our थानास. Then 50% there, and in all paramilitary forces at least 50% women. And till then, आप men का जो भर्ती है उसको रोक लगा दो. Till we attain this 50% and 70% objective, in couple of years you will find change in the mindset. डर से होता है सब कुछ. Either we can inspire someone, inspire होता नहीं है, वो समझता नहीं है तो डर से समझेगा. We have to create that fear in the mind of Indian society. That's why legislation is required in terms of reservation. Now, women are fighting for the 5 minutes only 5 minutes. Women are fighting for the political reservation. And what has happened, there is no need for that reservation. You should not reserve political constituencies like this. This is not, my personal opinion, not good. But pass a legislation that all recognized political parties will give 30-35 जितना भी आपको रखना है tickets to women. so that there will be a healthy competition between women and women, man and women, man and men, and then we may have 70% member of parliaments, women member of parliament in the coming times, or maybe 30% depending upon the competition. Why should we reserve such constituencies but compel them by legislation to all political parties that if you are giving 100 tickets, it is mandatory for you to give 35% tickets to women. So this will happen, then things will change and the leadership will emerge. Right now what is happening, individuals, nothing will happen. Right now what is happening, the most powerful political lady is women, the person is women, speaker is women, we used to have women president also, leader of opposition is women. Such a, if we have to take pride, we can take pride in this. But what is happening on ground? Few presence may be good, drawing room presence is good, but that will not convert into a force at ground level. This only will happen like the few steps which I have taken, and this is possible. This is possible, and if it is not possible, we have to make it possible. कि वह पथ क्या पथिक कुशलता क्या जिस पथ में बिखरे शूल न हो, शूल बोलते हैं कांटा, वह पथ क्या पथिक कुशलता क्या जिस पथ में बिखरे शूल न हो, नाविक की धैर्य परीक्षा क्या यदि बाधाएं प्रतिकूल न हो. So we can do it, and we should do it. This is the right time that we should create that environment where we can do it. And women also, in my opinion, expect something from the society. मैं आप लोगों की तरफ से बोल रहा हूँ, हाँ? Women expect from the society, from home. क्या? मुझको बड़ा सा काम दो, मुझको बड़ा सा काम दो, चाहे न कुछ आराम दो. मुझको बड़ा सा काम दो, चाहे न कुछ आराम दो, लेकिन जहां थक कर गिरूं, मुझको वहीं तुम थाम लो. गिरते हुए इंसान को कुछ मैं कहूं कुछ तुम कहो, सुख दुख मुझे जो भी मिले, कुछ मैं सहूं कुछ तुम सहो.